Hi, and thanks for checking out the MenuPage package that I put together. MenuPage is a little tool just to try and help you out when you're building a user interface like a main menu for your game or a pause menu that has sort of multiple screens that you move between. So you can see I've got a little demonstration here of kind of like a main menu, and I click New Game to go to the Start New Game page, and then back. I'll go through to options. And you can see I've got like different animations, bringing them back and forth. And I was able to set all of this up without any additional coding beyond what's in the system itself. So let's take a look at how you would actually build a simple main menu and new game menu using MenuPage. So to start with, just in a blank scene, first thing to do is to actually create a menu page. There's two ways to do that. Either via the game object menu under UI, you'll see menu page, or if you already have a canvas in your scene, you can right click and add it that way. But for now, we'll start with just adding one via the menu. Unfortunately, the menus don't show up in my capture, but if you look in the menus, you should see it there. So you can see it's just created like a default base template page for you there. It's got a background image, it's got a title, it's got a couple of options there as well. These are all completely standard Unity 4.6 user interface elements. They can be customized in the same way as anything else. You can swap the graphics out, you can change the font, you can change the color, you can change the size, all the rest of that stuff. Really, what all MenuPage has done is it's kind of pre-configured them all for you into a convenient setup. So I'll rename the root object first to main menu. And I'll change the title as well. Maybe make it bigger on the font and shift it down. Yeah, that's a little bit nicer for a title. So we've got that, and then under the menu options part in the hierarchy, we've got this just dummy option here. It doesn't do anything, just says option, and we have a back option. The back option is automatically added and automatically wired up so that when you click it, it will return to the previous menu page that you were on. Now, obviously, on the main menu, we don't want that, so we'll just delete that. And instead, we'll add a couple more options. And you can see it's automatically set up with the layout system as well. So it's evenly spacing them and laying them out in a vertical column like that. So I'll grab the first one and we'll say that's new game. And then maybe load game and exit. And if I hit play now, that's all there. It's all working with buttons quite happily. I can add new options very easily, delete options, all very straightforward. So suppose I now want to make it that I can click new game and it'll take me to a menu where I pick the game mode that I want to play. So again, I'll create another menu page, either via the game object menu or just by right-clicking the canvas and choosing menu page in the UI section. And I'll just hide the old menu page there, so it doesn't show on top of the new one. So we have a new blank page. Again, we're back to that kind of basic template, and I'll say, okay, so this is now the new game menu. And yeah, while I'm here, let's just change the sprite to something a little bit more interesting. There we go. Make it a little bit more opaque. A little bit of 9 slicing stuff going on there with my terrible programmer art. So I'll change the title. Select game mode. And now let's say that there are 3 game modes maybe, and the back button. And again, they're just going to be laid out by the layout system in whatever order they show in the hierarchy there. So I'll say survival mode, creative mode, time trial, or something like that. I don't know. So that's another page, kind of pretty much all configured there. All that's lacking is the actual movement back and forth between the main menu page and the new game, the select game mode page. So I'll turn back off and turn back on the menu again. So the first thing we need to do is to grab that new game option, and we say it's on click. Now, all of the actual transitions are handled by the root menu page objects themselves. So we tell the main menu. I'm going to click on the drop down here. You won't be able to see this, but I'm going to go and pick transition forward. And it's transition forward 2, and I can then plug in which menu page I want it to transition to when I click the button. So I'll drag and drop in the new game menu there. And yeah, so now when I click that button, that should initiate the transition correctly. The only other thing I'm lacking is I haven't told it which visual effects I want it to use to move between pages. You have to specify something, whether it's a fade or like sliding on and off the screen or zooming in and out. Those are the things that I've already put together in the package. You can of course create your own animation, your own transition animations as well if you like. There's a guide on how to do that. So if I grab both the main menu and the new game menu, and I'll just set. So you set the visual effects being used by setting the animated controller that's used by each one. So if I look at my assets list, I got fade in out, zoom in and out. I'll use fade for now. So I just set that on both of those there. And if I now hit play and click new game, fades out, and the next one fades in. And the back button is pre-wired up, automatically goes back to the previous page without me having to do anything more. So that's pretty much all there is to it. You can very easily create additional pages as much as you like, and just kind of wire things up without doing any particular coding. When it comes to actually making buttons that are going to do things more conclusively, like if you click exit and you want it to actually then exit the game, then that's going to have to wire up to some code somewhere. But at the very least, hopefully MenuPage can take care of some of the more sort of boilerplate stuff for you. So yeah, so that's about all there is to it. I hope that all made sense and that you think that would be useful.